My block!
There we go. Hello, everyone. Willow, thank you for the raid. Welcome in Willow, Theron, Al, Mac, Winter.
A singular strike.
Oh man, we should not ever play Darkest Dungeon again. What a stressful game.
Damn it, no!
What a stressful game. Hello, everyone. Darkest Dungeon 2. I've heard it's very different and probably not in a way I would like. So, hello. Yeah, very different. I don't know if I would like that. I mean, I don't know if I liked Darkest Dungeon considering how much I played it. I liked the system. I liked learning the ins and outs of how everything worked. But there was always a sense of intense panic. Hello, Serious Turtle. It's an adversary. It really is an adversarial game. And I always feel like I'm on my back foot. Okay, so tonight... He's just got things to say. Tonight, we're going to start doing controller vibration. And I think what we need here... Okay, so I've got an executable. I built the Joypad test project to an executable. You can do that. And then what you gotta do is we have to, in order to test it with a Steam controller, we have to actually add it to our Steam library. So we have to add a non-Steam game. I have to wait for the browse menu to appear. Desktop. Joypads.exe. Add it. And now it should function with the Steam controller. We'll see. Everyone is here. No, so Willow, Mire is the southwestern area of the Dark World, which is where you are currently looking for a dungeon. It's noteworthy because the way you get into it, I think, is very interesting. That you can't just walk into it; it's completely boxed in. And I don't outright remember solving how to get there, but I'm sure it was an interesting thing. Okay, so play, and hopefully control. Oh, yep. It recognizes the Steam controller. Okay, so Steam controller is a little bit different for anyone who doesn't know. You know, let me get my So it only has one actual joypad. Oh, gotta have the window focused. It has only one actual joypad. And then these others are basically touchpads. So I see. Oh, okay. Axis. Okay. The left joypad, what you would normally associate with the D-pad, I guess, does not respond to anything when I move around on that. But the right one does. So that touchpad, it recognizes that basically. Ooh, it recognizes movement, not holding position. Which I think is how that usually works for that. Okay, and then we have up, down, left, right. 11, 12, 13, 14. We have that. Okay. What if I push this in? Okay, that counts as right joystick being pushed. Makes sense. These are those buttons. Triggers, top buttons, those buttons. What about the back buttons? Oh, weird. That counts as 0 and 2. Which is normally A and X. I'm sure there's some way to set that differently. This is where we're going to test the vibration here. So we're going to set the vibration to 0.5 seconds. And we're going to start a standard vibration and see what happens. Brace yourselves. I'm going to give you guys the full experience. Okay, so what we're curious about is this whole weak motor versus strong motor. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can feel a difference. Oh, not you. I don't feel any difference. Let's set this to a shorter. That was weird. Huh. Okay, do not set the vibration duration to 0. Noted. That's weird. Something's buggy there. It's inconsistent a little bit. Right there, something happened. Did you? What was that? Hang on. You know what I can do? Wave my arms, wave my arms, wave my arms. Okay. That way I can identify the location in the VOD where something weird happened. So now, hopefully, I can just watch myself on VOD and see what in the world just happened there, because something happened. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Show me the thing. Wait, stop. Okay, 15, 40, go a little bit before that. Slow it down. Oh, no controller detected temporarily. That's weird. It switches to no controller connected temporarily, and then it comes back. Okay, that's weird, but okay. Really, I think the thing we're gonna have to remember is we can't just do a, well, hang on, can we do a constant low? Oh, that's weird. If you set the motor really low, okay, let's just set this to 0. Like it's changing the frequency of it. Wait, that just feels like nothing. Wait, what? Oh, do I have to actually, like, change focus? Because that could explain all of this difference. Oh my gosh. It is different. It is different. Okay, well that could mean then that the Xbox 360 controller actually does have multiple motors that we just didn't know about. All right, hang on. Let's pull this back up. Okay. So, do this to 0, then you have to change over. Ooh. There is a different one. Oh, it's notably different. All right, stop trying to reconnect. Leech! Welcome in. Deltarune? You know, as much as I was interested in the, I've never played Undertale, but I enjoyed seeing it. I enjoyed appreciating it for what it was. But I never really got even a little bit into Deltarune. So that's, whoa. Okay, what if we go like 5 seconds? Oh, it will cut off. Right. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah. So the 360 and the Steam controller both also have 2 different motors, strong and weak. I'm learning that this little sample project is not very well put together, because when if I change a number and then I press start vibration, the change is not detected until I focus a different text box. That's really silly. And that's why I was having so much trouble detecting, like, wait, is this doing anything? Is this changing anything? No, it wasn't, because problems. Say it was just replaying chapter 1, need to go back through the story before getting to the new stuff. Ah, gotcha. All right, yeah. Man, that Toby Fox. Okay. Weird happenstance. I was reading a book that was co-authored by Terry Pratchett of Discworld fame, which Discworld is one of my favorite series. I was reading the series The Long Earth, which is a fun little sci-fi series co-written by Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter. Baxter being a giant in the sci-fi fiction niche. And there was it just out of nowhere, there was a minor side character called Toby Fox. Ensign Toby Fox. And I was like, what? And I had to go back and like make sure that the book was written before Undertale, because I was just like, whoa, wait, what? So I thought that was very silly. His name was only brought up like 4 times in the book, I think. Well, like in 2 distinct sections of the book, his name was mentioned a couple times each, and that was it. So it was very bizarre. I had to double take. I was like, Toby, what are you doing here? Okay, so strong motor works well for like a thud. Weak motor, you really have to give it some duration. Like a distant earthquake. what if we do 0.4, 0, 0.2? What does that feel like? No, 1. Ooh. Can I go like really short on this? Like that seems reasonable for just a little. But if I do the same thing at the weak motor, what do we get? Ooh, that's a bumblebee. That's a bumblebee in your controller. Am I trying to rumble this scene? Not this scene in particular. We're gonna kind of get a feel for. This is gonna be a terrible stream because I'm just gonna be sitting here feeling the controller vibrate and then describing it. I'm trying to get a feel for what the numbers feel like. You know, what is an 0.2 on the weak motor? What is a 1.0 on the strong motor? So it goes from 0 to 1. Duration apparently can't be very long. You can't sustain. Godot, vibration, controller. Vibration. Yeah, start joy vibration. A duration of 0 will try to play the vibration indefinitely. Not every hardware is compatible with long effect durations. It is recommended to restart an effect if it has to be played for more than a few seconds. So you can, let's see, you can get the current vibration duration, and that returns the duration of the current effect. Can you stack effects? That's an idea. Can you stack effects? Okay, so you can just keep it going over and over, I guess. On a scale of 1 to 100. So, potentially, what you could do is just every frame I could keep setting the vibration until I'm done with it. That might be a way to do it. You could get like really fine, like little tiny bits of vibration. You can barely feel that. That's like a cat purring. But if you go like this, that's an angry bumblebee. And then this what is that? What is that feeling? Go longer than that. Like a small. That's like starting a lawnmower. And that's one of those. Ooh. That's actually quite nice. That's actually really nice. If I could just like tape that around my neck. Wait. I might be. Maybe I'm the most brilliant man alive. Okay. You know what? It looks really dumb, but it kind of feels good. Okay. Let's take some notes here. Vibration. Weak 0.1, cat purr. Weak 1.0, angry bee. Strong at an 0.1, lawnmower starting. Strong 1.0, massage. And this was for duration. What do we have this duration set at? 1. Okay. Okay. That gives us something to work with. Now, shorter durations. We went with like really short duration. Let's say 0.2 duration. What does that give us? Let's do the same thing at 0.2. This will really help us build our system, because it would be kind of nice to be able to in one spot of the code just call a function that says like start small vibration A, and then I don't know, it just happens. Let's start with the 0.1 here. Barely noticeable. Electric toothbrush. Okay. And then strong motor 0.1. I'm picking up good vibration. This is like very little. Again, barely noticeable. Ooh. That's like a pulse. That's a strong pulse. Gee, I wonder what's going on there in Discord. Alright, let me turn on streamer mode somehow. Streamer mode on. There we go. Manually. Ugh. I guess we'll check 0.5. Still feels like the massage. That's very different. Considering that for 1 second, apparently we had that as lawnmower starting. Lawnmower starting is probably not a good... What is this feeling? Replace that with a tiny lawnmower starting. Yeah, it's not noticeably different. That's our cat purr. That's just a little cat purr, and this should be angry bee. Yeah, okay. 0.5 is basically the same as 0. Or 1.0. Okay, so the function for setting the vibration. Oh, we have to determine which device we're looking at. How are we gonna do that? how are we going to determine which device we're playing on? 'Cause we have to pass in a device index. And then the magnitude of weak, strong, and the duration. That's fine. But how to set vibration? Input methods, device. Get. How do I know when a button has been? Well, yeah, actually, hang on. Get device index. How do I know which device? Input event. Is this it? Input event, maybe? Let's see here. Let's see here. Managing input comes from OS. Oh boy. Oh boy. What is this? What is this open source smiley face we got going on here? Let's see here. Input events. Okay. Right. Input event. Oh. Interesting. Can you just do this? Do we have an input handler already? No. Wait, we have an input manager. And it does, what is it? This is for monitoring things like spin. So... oops. Okay, this is fine. So I can do this. Oh. No. Oh, here we go. There it is. Ah, okay. Yeah. Is keyboard. We do want to know if it's keyboard or not. So print event, I guess. Let's see what happens. It doesn't give me a device yet. Rainbow Road! Rainbow Road! The road is the Rainbow Road. It's the road you go when you die. Device. Like, I want to know how I get the okay, so we can get connected joypads. Get joy info. That's interesting. Get the name of the controller type. Magnetometer? What is that for? What is that for? Okay, is pressed. Okay, see, that's something. Calamari Desert. Okay, so Godot, get device index. I want to get the device index. Why can I not do that? Index is not shown. No. Okay, so the event the event apparently does not give me what I need. We're getting somewhere. Like, what is this? What is this object? Okay. Figure that out. An input event. Okay. It's an input event. What does an input event have? As text, get action strength. It doesn't have, as far as I can tell, it doesn't seem to have the device. Wait, yes it does. Yes it does. It has a property. It's a property. Okay. So let's do this. Current device equals 0. And whenever we get an input event, if it's a joypad button, okay, this is where this is going to be tricky. If they press a button on a controller, or is the stick enough? The stick is enough if the axis goes beyond 0.5, let's say. Axis value goes from -1 to 1. Okay, got it. All right. So if it's a button, then we're good. Then we know that our current device index is event.device. Done. So what we're trying to avoid is, let's say you have 2 controllers plugged in. I want to make sure that we're not vibrating the controller that's sitting on the table, that we're only vibrating the controller you're actually using. Here. But there's a chance that the controller on the table has like a slightly tilted control stick, like just barely tilted. So if that's the case, we're only going to accept that if the axis is pressed enough, 3/4 of the way. Why not vibrate both of the controllers? That's really annoying when games do that. Like, it doesn't happen often, but I do not. If I have got a controller plugged in and it's like under my desk somewhere, like back against some cords, and I'm playing a game up here, and then all of a sudden I hear like, because it's kind of down there on a table or something. It's like, no. You can vibrate the one in my hands, not the one that's sitting on a hard surface making a racket. Never want that. I think we will have some kind of setting for controller vibration enabled or disabled. Ugh. That won't be too bad. All right. Should controller vibration be constant? I'm leaning towards maybe. Maybe? Like, is it an every frame thing or like, no. We can just do it once, right? We can just do it once. Well, yeah. It's only, I mean, the way that the documents indicate is if you want to have an extended duration of vibration, let's say 3 seconds for some reason, like, oh, there's a distant rumbling. They say, do not tell the engine to vibrate for 3 seconds. Instead, vibrate it for a second, and then another second, and then another second after a second has passed there. Cut it up into smaller chunks because the hardware can refuse longer durations and just flat out not work, not vibrate at all. So my current thought is, how small do we need to narrow it down? Because I could build something out that effectively says, hey, if you pass in a number like 5 seconds, then on my handler side, I will chop it up for you. How can the hardware refuse to do something if it's in the code? So hardware, there's multiple layers. I write the code for the program and tell it things like, what's a good example? Okay. How about this? When I tap a button on my monitor, it brings up a little menu display. You guys cannot see this right now because my monitor is circumventing what the computer is telling it to display. The monitor has just brought up additional pixels that say things like image and like color balance and setup and all input select, because it is happening on a layer that the computer does not have access to. The computer is telling it, hey, display these words in the middle of the screen, and the monitor says, no, I'm instead going to display this settings box because the user has requested me to do so. So hardware can do things beyond what the input says to do. That's a shaky example at best, but it is an example of a piece of hardware is not bound by any law to do only what is passed into it. It itself has programming that usually says do whatever is coming in through the cord, but it can have other code that says unless this. And so individual controllers may have firmware that says, hey, when you receive a command from whatever operating system that says vibrate controller, go ahead and do it. But if it's excessive, do not do it because we're going to interpret that as a glitch that could damage the parts. And so we're just not going to do it. That's one possible reason that they may deny that sort of thing. Okay, so what are we gonna do? What's our okay, on attacks we want to do a little brrr. When we're doing the blender, that's a great example. We're cooking here. Right. Cooking menu happens in conversation. Here. And it passes in the animation player, which is what in turn tells it to do its thing. So the animation player, then, for Blender animation, in room E, could potentially tack on a vibration, like a little vibration code, whatever. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's have node, and let's call that vibration. We're gonna attach a script called vibration, but we're gonna put it. Ooh. Where does that go? Kind of like input manager. I could put it in input manager, honestly. Yeah, let's just load in input manager and just have a function called vibrate. And that's going to take in a weak float, a strong float, and a duration float. What are you not liking here? Did I miss something? What is it? No, that looks fine. Oh, that's supposed to be a comma. Okay, so input dot vibrate. Oh, where's the function? Start joy vibration. There it is. Device index is going to be our current device. And then we're going to pass in weak, strong, and duration. And that's it. All right. So now Blender animation here can pass in can have a new call method with vibration happening right here. And we just set the parameters here. We're gonna say 2.5. Oh, this is gonna be, no, this is fine. Weak 0, strong 0. Well, maybe we want a little bit of weak as well. I think we want a little bit of weak. So let's say 0.3 here and 0.7 here. Let's see what that does. That might be all we need here. Let's get out the controller. Unwrap it the rest of the way. It's a very silly way to do this with the animation player, but it may work. It vibrated. You know what? That worked. That was great. Well, how about that? That's our first vibration. Now that's for a single serving animation there. We want stuff in the code a little bit. I don't think we're gonna do that. We're gonna leave that to the imagination, because then we could get into the layer of like, oh well, if you put a strawberry in it, it should be red. Why isn't it red on the inside? It's like, all right, fine, I'll make it display a red thing when you cook. It's It's like, well, now I'm cooking honeycomb. Why is it red? I'm not going to have a different drawing for every possible item you're mixing up in the blender. That's excessive. All right. Battle. Battle moves? Do we put it in the moves? All right, so you're gonna do a gear spin and you smack the enemy. Do we just have a little throwaway action for do a vibration? I guess. I don't know. What is this? Power. Oh. I think we can do this without battle actions even. We can do input. Wait, is input handler global? Check the auto loads. Actually, yeah, it is. It's listed as input manager. So I should be able to do manager.vibrate.bind. And then I can give it the old 0.0, 0.6, 0.4. But an action needs to return true when it's done. So we're going to start joy vibration and then just return true. Fearing it, great. Okay, so I think that's gonna work. Let's get a battle going. Well, if you go alphabetical, it's gonna take you a while. I'll tell you that much. That did it. Okay. It felt a little bit strong for what that is. So in battle moves, we can reduce that to like a 4, I think, and be fine. Maybe we should do both weak and strong motors. Maybe this should be our default for a solid hit. Wearing it great. Okay, so now we just need to kind of go through every single one of these. Great, love it. How does this work? Ah, right. Create sprite. Do very little. Player defend does not need anything. Swap doesn't really. I mean, we could sprinkle in a lot of the little vibrations everywhere, etc., etc. Change partner. Attempt runaway. On failure, we should definitely thump. Which should be like a little boom. Special recovery. Summon. Oh gosh, where is this? this thing, Recovery Special. Has a big entry animation. Board animation has screen enter. Boom, right there. So what we can do here. Oh, wait a second. Input manager is a terrible thing to slap that onto. Thank you. Just realizing, because this is going to process, isn't it? No, it's not. Factorio items. Oh man, love Factorio. Okay. I don't like what's happening this way. We're gonna make a brand new script for this. Basically, a reusable script solely for accessing the vibrate function here. For animations. We're just gonna put it in mechanisms. Guess. You mentioned you might be playing again on a new expansion or DLC. If I do play it anytime soon, it'd be a mod. So this is going to be, we're basically just going to call this exact same function on input manager. There we go. That can be void, save, delete, add a call method. There we go. Delete this one, delete this, yes. Okay, better, much better. We'll add that into some of the other cinematics as well. It's a little shaky vibration. Such as, for instance, Recovery Special. Boom. Now we can just add a call method. Vibrate. Point 2, 0.8, just a very sudden thump when you use that move. Okay, let's try that in a battle. Let's use our special and make sure we get a. Gosh, that really adds to it. That really feels good. It feels legitimate. Yeah, we will play Starground. That is a vaguely Factorio-like video game. Okay. So the tricky thing here is there's not really a great way. Just have a little buzz here. It's supposed to be towards the end of the year. Chip was saying that he's probably going to have it out by the end of the year or very early next year. It's playable already. It's early access technically, but that's going to be when it's 1.0. And it has come a long way. It's a much lighter game than Factorio is. I heard that was incorrect. That Silksong will probably already be out by then. But it will be available when the portable Xbox thing is out. So I don't know. Who knows? Hey, Bach. So when we're out on the holidays, when the hand calls, well, and let's not conflate come out versus will be already out. I think that's what a lot of the confusion floating around right now is. Will it use less of the internet pipe and the RAM stuff? So RAM is tied to a specific device. It is a physical chip inside of a device. So if you have a Nintendo Switch, it has its own RAM, and no other devices can ever touch that. So anything you're playing on a console, your console is a separate computer that has its own processor and RAM and hard drive space and solid state space and all that. I'm still pulling for 6.6, just, really to keep Dupu on his toes. All right, so that's gonna be that. Should there be a little thing that happens in the recovery special when you chip error? We can play a little bit of a buzz. When you make a mistake, you get a little angry bee. The RAM stuff, yeah. So bandwidth is like how much internet stuff can come through your service provider into the house. So that is the combination of every device that is actively using the internet at any given second. So, for instance, let's say you have a computer and a Nintendo Switch and a tablet and a phone, and they're all connected to your Wi-Fi. If you are trying to use the internet on all of these devices at the same time, that is going to strain the bandwidth. It's like if you're running your shower and your washing machine and your dishwasher all at once, you may see the shower's water pressure slow down a bit because you can't get that much water into the house. Is that too many? It only matters if they're all actively getting things from the internet at that moment. So, for instance, your computer, most of the time, it's not really going to be downloading anything if you're not actively using it. It'll be doing a little bit, like Discord will be checking, like, has anybody sent any messages? Has anybody sent any messages? It's going to be doing that a lot, but that doesn't take up much bandwidth. That takes up a tiny, tiny trickle. But if you're if you're actively watching a stream, okay, that's a steady pouring. That's a faucet that is on full blast, which on its own, depending on your service provider that you've got through whoever, Comcast, AT&T, whatever, depending on what level of service you have, maybe you can have one faucet on full blast and then nothing else can really get any water, or maybe you can actually run like 5 or 6 things full blast and not even notice any difference in water pressure. That's where it kind of depends. Does having many tabs open? It depends, again. If each of those tabs had a stream running and actually playing, then yes, that's going to be a problem. But typically, that's not what you're going to do. Typically, when you have a tab open, and you leave it open and walk away, if you're not using it, then it's probably not going to be needing to use any bandwidth. I think that's a pretty good explanation. So like right now, I've got 2 different tabs pulled up of Godot documentation, but those pages aren't, like, they've already loaded. Control-Shift-Escape, that wouldn't give you bandwidth, does it? Did they add that to Task Manager? Oh, don't look at my Task Manager. Did they actually add that to... Oh, yeah, network. Megabits per second. When did they add that? That had to have been in, like... What, like... That wasn't in 7, was it? That's useful. That's very useful. I had no idea. Yeah, right now, my Firefox is using, like, 0.4 megabits per second, whereas OBS is using about 5 megabits per second. Makes sense. What are we making here? Shiner, welcome in. It's so good to see you. Man, I gotta... All right. For anybody who doesn't know, this is... Max News here is formerly Shiner Max. I met him ages ago, back in the heyday of Mario Maker 2. And he's back. He's back in Pog form. Ages. It was. I remember both of us had like newborns at the time. That is years and years. Okay. I'm gonna bring you up to speed on like 12 months of work here. We are making Paper Mario, but we're making it right. We're making it better. We're bringing Mario Maker back to its glory days of turn-based strategic spinning ring puzzles. Let's turn off that. This cardboard mark. Because we got platforming. We got whimsy. We got rotating controller sticks. The new Paper Marios are fine, but I really like the old Paper Marios. Yeah, we gotta add rumble to this one. Yeah, this is gonna be most closely resembling the second Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door. We got a little robot. Oh, the rumble does add a lot, I gotta say. Now this needs rumble. We don't have it yet. It was very different. It was very different. Something about that music is like a little bit too long. Rumble is now... Okay, got it. We're gonna rumble it. Oh, you know what? This area still needs the other music. We got frogs. Look at this guy. Look at this dude. Rumble that hay. Imp. We're gonna rumble everything. Thank you, Max. The plan is we're gonna have chapter 1 done by the end of summer. The horse NPC, he's all the way back in the hub world. That's a long walk from here. We're gonna get this game demo ready by the end of the summer, and then I am genuinely and truly thinking it's going to take 4 years after that to finish it. It's gonna be a big project. Look at all these little guys. Like, we gotta draw so many little characters. Make it 6. And I throw shade at the modern Paper Marios. And my favorite line in the game so far. Oh, I need to... It makes that pause. That's not good. I'm not sure how to handle that. That's minor. Bernard J. Okay. There we go. So that's what we got. Well, no, I want pauses after commas and periods. This is a special case here. Like, this is a period, but there should not be any pause at it because it's an initialization, not a full stop. That's rune style. Don't get me wrong. I've considered it. Mostly because, gosh, it could drum up a lot more excitement. Paper Robot tomorrow. Paper Robot X Smash Brothers. Get rid of those print statements. T-shirt and cookbook. It's a bulk offer. It's a bundle deal. You buy the cookbook and it comes wrapped in a t-shirt. Not like a special Paper Robot t-shirt, just some t-shirt for my closet. And it's all weirdly starchy. All right. Right, we need to rumble things. All right, tonight's main mission is add rumble to everything. Now that we figured out how rumble works in this engine, we're gonna rumble so much stuff. All right, so there's the vibrate. Let's rumble. Partner scan does not need one, but wrench hit definitely needs one. You hit him with the wrench, you're gonna get a nice, satisfying 0.75 seconds of full, nearly full rumble strength. Leon's moves do not get rumble yet because I have no idea what we're doing with that. Right, the rats. I guess that would be when you land on him, or when he lands on you, he's gonna smack you. 0.35, 0.35, let's say that's our default getting hit by something. Oh, but this, however, charge up That can be like a little... A little... Bonk. Boink. Pig bonk. It's pretty much every time you get hit. We need to be looking for Q hurt actions here. What is this? I'm hit on this. Huh. Interesting, interesting. But okay. That can be a little bit weaker. The scout does not say Narf. He would never. He would never.
Let's get ready to rumble. Do 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 do. Y'all ready for this? Do 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 do.
That's good. That's good. I like that. That's really good. Oh gosh, the lizards are back. Uh-oh.
Ario.
Audio. Hello, Duke. Okay, snail definitely gets... Snail rollout's gonna get 2 here. Like a low rumble. For 1 second, and then when it collides, then you get the... Oh, good, good. I'm glad that people have TTS on in real life, so that that's something you can do. That's good. Very good, very good. Oh wait, this needs thud at like a little bit less. Thud, thud. Thud. Wait, what? Thud, wait until on floor. Okay, and then to the target. Yeah. And then... Wait, this is the one where you get hurt. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Oh, why do I have this going twice? Seems wrong. Oh, actually, that should probably be over here then. And then we can have a little thud here as a treat. Does bring a smile to your face. Snail fanfare. Smack it. Snail domino. Yes. Let's give a little wiggle with that. Rock throw. Yeah. I'm just gonna have a default like, yeah, give him 0.35 on the vibration for 1/3 of a second. Anytime Q hurt is happening. Oh, this one's a big one though, so this needs a nice a nice solid. And then that's use item, bowling ball. Bowling land needs, when the bowling ball lands, that needs a little vibration. I did see that a while back, I think. Tennis ball. I think tennis ball could be a fun one to have a little bit of pop, 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 pop. Is that it? That's it. All right, we added it to all the moves. Now we gotta add it to every single scene. Scene A has nothing. Scene B, however, has this cinematic here. Okay, where's the animation for that? Progress. Progress cinematic. This right here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, this is gonna be an interesting one. So we're gonna add our vibration code. As a call method track. And then whenever one of these thumps, that sounds like a great idea. Oh geez, I didn't realize this. This is a complex thing here. All right, but we can go off of this. This will make things a little bit easier for us. .35. There we go. All right, so we're gonna do that there, and then here, and then here, 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 here. Let's see, should we do that? The spray happens here to here. 1.2 to 2.4. So a 1.2 second blob here. So let's do for 1.2 seconds. Let's do a gentle vibration. Smell odor. Oh yeah, from the crappy house. Yeah, they should do that. Okay. And then a little pop of vibration here. Here. Like a tiny little dink. And then here. Okay, I think that one's done. Whew. Let's feel it. 1,000 debugger messages. We can do this. It's mostly animations missing, I think. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can feel it. Yeah, you know what? That really makes the game feel much more done. should make Pikmin 5. More polished, yeah, more Polish. Room C. Oh, right, that was something I wanted to change. Is the music. I want room C to use the regular exploration music, not the town music, because there are still fights there. Room D, room E. Yeah, dang it. We gotta do the whole Piggle Quest. The big pig. The big pig. Man. Yeah, there's a whole animation for that, huh? Where even? Where even is all that mess? This one? Oh yeah, this looks like the one. Oh wait, no, I did it through. I think. Biggle. The big pig. That is this one. We bring the lights down low. We do the intro. We slide the microphone in. And then... Big pig. Yeah, so right here, this is such what a good bit this is. Vibrate, bind, we need weak, strong, and duration. Weak, 0, strong, 7.5, duration. This goes on for a while. How is this gonna work? Goes on for 2 seconds, then 6 more seconds. And then 5 more seconds. And then 2 more seconds? Is it really playing the same tone for this long? 8, 13, 15 seconds. Okay, so that's definitely not going to actually work, is it? So in our code, then, to do need to break up long vibrations into shorter ones here. So we saw in the documentation that some controllers will not respect requests to vibrate the controller for more than a few seconds at a time. So for this section where it's going to be going for 15 seconds straight, we need to come up with something to manage that so that our function elsewhere in the code can just say run vibration for 15 seconds. And then this will say, okay, I'll figure it out. I'll keep it moving somehow. I'll break it apart into a second here, a second here, a second here, and so on until 15 seconds has elapsed. So we'll figure that out. Okay, so that's room E. Room F doesn't have anything, although now I'm thinking the gear spinner has a little audio, little sound effect. Here we go, field ratchet. We can do a little vibration here. So whenever you're spinning a gear, you can actually feel click, 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 click in the control stick. Because the idea is when you're spinning one of those gears, you actually have to rotate the control stick to spin the gear around. And I'd like to have some puzzles where you're like, you know, like moving something to, I don't know, like work it through some kind of like obstacle. I got some ideas. It's just going to be a matter of finding the right time to use those ideas and how to theme them appropriately. Okay, so that'll take care of room F. G has the bridge. The unfurling bridge. Okay, we're just going to tie that to the woodblock sound. That's fine, that's done. Where the heck is a Slakoth? You're just making up words. There's no such thing. All words are made up. Not the first time I've heard that. Certainly won't be the last. I know of another. There is another. Here we go. The Fish Mystic. Fish stick. Yes, the water shot. It's gonna be very funny. You guys remember the fish stick? It's weird to think about like parts of the game that I haven't even looked at for months. And they're still sitting there and hopefully still working. All right, so that's that room. Frog. That's got to be a shake. It's got to be a big shake, right? Yeah, like right here. Camera handler, shake. So at the perfect time to add a vibration for 0.2 seconds. Or 2.0 seconds. Hippo potato. And then what do we have after that? After that, that's it until we get into the dungeon. That's that. Good. And I think we did it. Did we just do it? We might have gone and done it. Let's see. The eons. Alright, so we go over here. Yeah, cook that. Okay. Well, this one's already done. I've already opened this one here, but this. Oh, yeah, I can feel it. every single one of them. Tick, tick, tick. That's fun. Oh, we are rumbling. I need to slow that animation down. Here? Does this still work? Yeah, the maze. Oh, that's screwed up. That's super screwed up. Great. I'm afraid we have a walking camera. But the vibration works. Oh, it's going hard. There's gonna be a prize over there that you can't reach. You're absolutely right. No. Jeez it. Okay. All right. What did we find there? There were a few things. All right. So this is working. We can take that out. Room G. Wonky camera on unfurled bridge. Loud waterfall. Waterfall's supposed to be loud. That's fine. We should add an option for rumble strength. So it just scales it down. How does that work? Where does that go? Pause menu. Settings. Wait, how does the title screen have settings? How does that work? What is this? How is this possible? It's a sub viewport. Is this a copy paste? Oh, no. It's not just the pause menu, it's a copy paste of the pause menu. Okay. For now. Okay, so let's focus on the pause scene. Let's have a slider for vibration strength. Oh, get these lizards out of here. Get them out. Get them out. This is going to be a slider that is similar to the volume slider. But it's going to be the vibration slider. We'll call it rumble strength. And it will default to completely full. And we'll say, yeah, completely full. It's gonna be the default. On all of these, I don't like the color of the thing. Let's see if we can help that a bit. I don't like the color of the thing. How does this work? Is this it? Do I just do that? No. It's not background color, apparently. What is it? What is it then? Border? Not seeing anything. Oh, wait. Well, that's not what I would have expected, how that would work. How does this work? Style box. I assumed style box flat. Maybe style box line. Is it? No. Hang on. All right. So we need the theme. Okay. So this. Is it this? Yes. Okay. Height. We need to add a slider, horizontal slider, and then we can mess with it somehow. Grabber area highlight. No, not the grabber. That's the grabber. Right? The background of the area to the left or bottom of the grabber. Okay. So that's the area that's filled up, right? Edit. Oh, plus. Styles. Grabber area. New. And then we give it a color. Style box flat. Then we give it a color. Red. There we go. We got it. Blue. Purple. Okay, so we just apply this to this and this and this. But also we want to give it a radius. Cool. Color, maybe we make that, I don't know, purple. Sure, purple's great. Okay, now you can actually see it, which is good. Next up is how does this work? Settings menu. How does the settings menu code work? Get child count, good. Get child, okay, great. What is this? Can wrap around, right, this is its own thing. Which I don't love, but it's okay. But we can make a version of this. Vibration slider, yes. Okay. Extends base menu. We do not have an audio bus index here. We do have a settings key. We're just gonna call it Rumble. I don't know what setting key does yet. I don't remember. Oh, that's for preferences.set settings. Okay. Yeah, here. So we're gonna change that to Rumble. Oh. Rumble is the category, and this is going to be strength, and we'll set it to the ratio. So we don't need setting key at all. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do dB to linear, but we do need to initialize it. How does the audio server initialization work? Let's figure that out. That happens here. We get setting when the game loads. That makes sense. So that's for preferences. So we're gonna have another one here called Rumble, which has a value called strength, which defaults to 1.0. Sure. Get setting. Can we get this value? Preferences. Is preferences an auto load? It is. All right. Close that. Close that. So I think we just say preferences dot get setting Rumble strength. And that will set it to the value. Current select index, that's fine. Okay, I think that's all we need for this. Is this gonna work? Oh, and also we need one more thing in it, which is whenever it changes, we need to vibrate the controller a little bit. Vibrate. Bumblebee style. Okay, good. Next up, when you vibrate, we're going to multiply it by a scale, which is the rumble strength. And so if you turn that slider all the way down to 0, there should be just no vibration. All right, let's see if that works. There's got to be something missing there. Well, already we've broken it. Valid assignment. Ratio. Pause menu does have a horizontal slider. So what are you talking about? So slider was null. How is that possible if onReady sets it? So print slider. No, you can set ratio, I think. Yeah, ratio is, it's got a getter and setter. And it's just another accessor that lets you set it to a percentage value instead of an exact absolute value, I guess. Yeah, what are we getting here? We are getting a horizontal slider. Oh, it's saying that this is null. It's saying that this is null. Oh. Rumble. Did I spell something wrong, maybe? Category key. Category key. Category key. So this is the exact same code elsewhere. Oh wait, no. I am doing this here. I wonder if there's a chance that this is getting initialized out of order. Okay, let's do it this way. In the preferences code where we get settings, print the entire settings object here. And let's see if that's null. So fails. Strength is null. Boom, right there. Strength is null. Why? Why though? Are we setting it to null? It's entirely possible. Oh! It's because we're pulling it from the thing. A week away. We're pulling it from a file, and the file doesn't actually have the value. So when we load settings, I need to only overwrite if value is not null. There was a party. There was already a party. Don't you remember the party? Is it the Goose-iversary? Oh, it vibrated. It worked. It worked. But I got some complaints. The first message posted in the OwlQuest Discord. Oh man. The old OwlQuest. Okay. This slider, we're gonna put this on a scale of 0 to 10. And also, on selection change should only happen if direction is going somewhere. Not for the initial setup. Boy, we really spent the entire stream just adding vibration. And honestly, worth it. Now let's see. There's something else I need to change here. Yeah, that. Vibration should not happen at all if we're using the keyboard. Fall out immediately if we're using keyboard. Vibration can return otherwise. All right. Cool. Now that all said, there is still no... Oh, that's something else for to-do list that I noticed now that I think about it. Battle victory music cuts off. Like just a little bit. And that I need to adjust that based on when I get Casual's updated version of the battle music. This still will not have. Yeah, but we can just take this and just slap it in here. Boom, rumble strength added. Amazing. Oh, but we need the theme added to these sliders. There we go. Much better. Just a lot of cocaine. I was thinking it'd be more in line with like the Conan movie. With Schwarzenegger. Hey, we're on the title screen with the title music playing. What are the chances? Okay. Perfect. Incredible. We did it. We added vibration to the video game. We just throw that right off of the list. And we found some bugs, but you know, there's always plenty of those. All right. And we're about at the end of the night, so that works out pretty well. Nice. Same time next year. It's a date. All right. All right. Next time, Wednesday, I would like to perhaps work on the module system. Make an emoji. Do you mean like for Twitch? Like an emote? For Twitch. Yes. Okay. Let's see here. All right, so it needs to be square, yes. Now there's two different things going on. If you just draw something in Microsoft Paint, you're gonna have a box. Like even if your image is just inside of the box, you're gonna have a full box. If you want for the emote to have edges, which is to say, like, you can, for instance, like this 6, you'll notice, is not a box shape. It is a 6 shape. That is because the image has transparency. And that I don't think you can do in Microsoft Paint. You would need a slightly better program. But pretty much you draw your image. What program do you need? Oh no. Oh no, Willow. You can in Paint 3D. All right, Al says you can in Paint 3D. I don't know a thing about Paint 3D. But it's a Windows thing. I know that much. I think if you just go into your start menu and type Paint 3D, yeah, it comes up. Look at that. New. Let's see here. Paint 3D. It won't be available or receive future updates. Well, that's fine. All right, I'm going to go to crop, and I'm going to change it to 1:1 here. And then I'm going to say done. Also, I'm going to change the height and width to... Oh, what's the number? What is the number? 56? 112. 112. Thank you. I'm going to change the height and width to 112. And now I have this tiny little box. Okay, and then I need to delete the background. So for that, I will... Oh, thank you for the follow. All follows are anonymous. Yeah, they'll automatically resize it now. Yeah, GIMP is way too involved, I think. Eraser? Can I erase the background? No, I need to actually delete the background, don't I? No? How do you do that? How does this program work? Get this out of here. How does this work? Where's the background? This is fine. Clear learning disability. Oh, nice. Then you can draw a picture, a pretty little picture, however you want. Here's a little guy. This is Mart. He's a cool guy. I don't know. He's just a guy. Hello. He's waving. Okay. New Tom's emote dropping. So then I guess you'll just let me see what happens here. Menu, save as image, and I'm just gonna put that in a folder where I can find it, like my desktop or whatever. And it does have a background still. I will take note of. But let's just not worry about that. Oh, there's a checkbox for transparency. Oh, heck yeah. Let me take another look at that. Save as image, save as PNG. I didn't get that. I didn't get the checkbox for transparency. So I don't know. Let's not worry about transparency. It will become transparent, the preview. Save as image. And then I immediately just get the option to set a name. Oh, wait. No. 2D ping. I don't know. It's weird. Well, anyway. Let's duplicate this tab. Things are about to get scary here. Okay, so on your stream manager, right here, on your stream manager, on the left side of it, you'll go to viewer rewards, and then emotes. Yeah, there we go. Emotes. And then you can click upload new on the library. And I think that's What does that do? And you say standard emote because it's not animated. And then you can just drag that file you created. You just plop it right in there. And then give it a name. And then upload it. And then after that, you have to actually select it and say, I want to assign it to follower emote, tier 1 emote, tier 2, tier 3, or bit emote, depending on what you have available. That's it. That's the entirety of it. I'm sure there are much more well put together tutorials on that. There he is. What did I say his name is? Mart. It's Mart. Yeah. 112 by 112 pixels is the magic number that Twitch likes. Goodbye, Mart. I'm gonna put that in the Paper Robot channel, and people that missed tonight's stream are gonna have no idea what is going on with that. All right. So yeah, next time I want to focus on modules. Delightfully devilish. Mostly because the icons, I feel like they're a little bit dated looking. I mean, that one's fine, but some of these are very placeholdery. The outline helps make them look a little bit more nice. And I wanted to do things with like awkward transparency so you could like see holes in them and stuff, but this, it's like, what is this abstract texture going on here? I don't like it. I want to redo it a bit. But mostly I want to move these icons into a separate file. Right now they're in the same sheet as the item icons, and I don't like that. Additionally, because I'm sure we'll have plenty of time after doing a little bit of art, I would like to work on making a new move that you can get from a module. Like right now we have the move Spring Barrage. But that's a hit lots of times for a little bit of damage. I would like to get a hit once for a lot of damage kind of move. Equivalent to Power Smash in Thousand Year Door. So a big gear smack move. That's the plan at least. Cool. That's it. We did good tonight, I think. So let's see where we can go from here. Small Black Boy is doing Mushroom Mancer. Let's see. That's probably a good jump into. Small Block Boy is a fun streamer to raid into. I just raided Epic yesterday, so I'm gonna raid into Small Block Boy tonight. That's it. That's the stream. We did it. We set out to do a thing tonight, and we did it. I'll let the bot finish its stuff. Ball Dodger Pro. Do they have Ball Dodger Pro? Because if so, I think I deserve a cut. It did. Man, can't believe it. Yet again, Nintendo stealing my ideas. The nerve. Oh, Photon, you're just in time. It's a good thing we didn't raid Photon. we're wrapping up. We added Rumble feature, and it works. Godot makes it pretty easy. I learned a lot about how controller vibration works from an API standpoint. I did not realize that there's multiple motors that you can control individually. It do go burr now. Finally. That was a good little polish step. Now it's not gonna do anything for unsupported controllers that don't have motors, but that's fine. And now we've got it on the settings page. Settings actually has things. Wow. I mean, it's not that much more. In Godot, you provide it a strength 0 to 1 for the weak motor, the strong motor, and then a duration. And that's it. I'm sure there is some way to get into the more advanced API stuff for the really, crazy controllers like the PS4 and the Switch with the HD rumble. But this game doesn't need that. It definitely does not. It's able to run out of fuel. Hooray! Oh no! Actually keeping up with stuff. What's the general game loop gonna be for that? Like, are you gonna have to, where are you going to get more fuel from in this world? This very wet world. I mean, I assume that's one of the major things that you'll be working on in the game is keeping the fuel going. No more infinite power from the instrument panel. See, the clever pilot would just use wind power because there's plenty of that when the plane is moving. Okay, that's kind of what I figured. Like the quest reward. You get out and push. You flap. You just put your arms out the windows. Let's go over to Small Block Boy. Oh, he's away. Perfect. Let's sneak in while we've got the chance. All right, that's it. Rumble is done. Wednesday we will work on the module system. Not so much the system as the art. And I would like to add more moves. And we need to actually put some of these in the world. Let's add that to our to-do list. They have to be collectible treasures in a treasure chest or something where you can actually just go out and find them. That's what I do best. Thank you all for hanging out. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for the follows, the raids, the lizards. There's so many lizards. Yeah. Oh, Tone, I hope you enjoyed the 2 minutes of raid, or of stream. All right, Small Block Boy's still not there yet, so we might be in there before he gets... Oh, he's back. Let's go. I'll see you guys over there. Bye.